are in St. Cloud at the Municipal Athletic Complex. Can I use that headset?
It's picking up the sound. Must be picking it up through you.
Warm-ups have concluded here at the Municipal Athletic Complex in St. Cloud, where the St. Cloud Cathedral Crusaders will host the Moorhead Spuds tonight. Crusaders come in with an 18-1-1 record, currently ranked number 1 in Class A hockey in Minnesota on the boys' side, and the Spuds come in at 16-4-1 with a number 4 ranking. One of the most interesting matchups here tonight in Minnesota high school hockey, to see a highly ranked historical program in the Moorhead Spuds coming in to play the defending Class A state champion, number 1 ranked St. Cloud Cathedral Crusaders.
So it looks like we're about 15 minutes from face-off, maybe 12.
"12 minutes away from puck drop tonight. I can hear myself, but that's it. But I can't, not in there, I can just hear myself.
Oh, okay.
St. Cloud's only loss of the year coming early to the War Road Warriors, also ranked very high in Class A, and incidentally is the Spuds' last contest, or they dropped a 1-0 game to War Road, up in War Road.
Good evening and welcome to a production of Spuds TV.
are 7 minutes from the drop of the puck here at the Municipal Athletic Complex in St. Cloud, where the St. Cloud Cathedral Crusaders host the Moorhead Spuds. Crusaders are currently #1 ranked team in Minnesota Class A with a record of 18-1-1. And the Spuds come in as the #4 ranked team in Class AA. The record of 16-4-1. Common opponent would be Warroad, which is the Crusaders' only loss on the year, and in the Spuds' most recent game, where they dropped a 1-0 tilt to the Warriors up in Warroad in the Spuds' most recent game. 6 minutes away from the drop of the puck here in St. Cloud.
Okay. I think it's from your head, from your microphone. I'm gonna have to. Oh, I guess I got the camera right there. I can't get the monitor to work. We had it working earlier. Right here, and it's up almost. It's up quite a ways. I think this here might get it a little more. If you watch the green, when I do this, it goes up a little bit higher. So it's picking up
shin pads or masks? There were no other vessels on the field. You should have umped it. You should have umped it right there. I bet you should have. Because that's where I've done that. Like a kid steals touchdown signs, right? And you put it high. And it was a full baseball field, so you're looking. I got 100 feet to try and see this thing, and I'm moving, looking, going, I can't really be like that.
Are your Sigma Cathedral Crusaders? Let's welcome the next, the Moorhead Spuds. Good evening, hockey fans. Welcome to St. Cloud Municipal Athletic Complex, home of your St. Cloud Cathedral Crusaders. This evening in hockey action, the Crusaders are hosting the Moorhead Spuds. Introducing your starting lineups at this time. For Moorhead, in goal, number 31, Hudson Hodges. At left defense, will be number 13, McCoy Gregoire.
Nobody said a word.
At right defense, number 3, Luke Grammer. At the left wing, number 27, Caden Triggs. At the right wing, number 14, Cullen Jess. And centering, number 10, Carter Johnson. And the rest of the Spuds, coached by Mr. John Ammerman, assisted by Tony Kupka. And now, for your St. Cloud Cathedral Crusaders. In goal, a junior, number 35, Grant Harton. And now, for our junior Crusaders for tonight's hockey game. He's a third grader from Clearview Elementary, currently playing for the St. Cloud Youth Hockey at the white level. His parents are Sam and Carl, wearing number 11, Christian Johnson. And a third grader from Alphalos Academy, currently playing for St. Cloud Youth Hockey at the white level. His dad, Kent, wearing number 2, Jace Schleif. At left defense for the Crusaders, a junior, number 4, John Bell. At the right defense, number 2, a senior, Reed Vogelholm.
Warm-ups are complete. Starting lineups have been announced and the anthem has been completed. We are ready to drop the puck here on Minnesota High School Hockey. Class A number 1 ranked St. Cloud Cathedral Crusaders hosting the number 4 Class AA ranked Moorhead Spuds. Top line for St. Cloud, stepping in to the face-off circle, the opening draw led by Nate Warner, centering Blake Perbix and Mac Motzko. Bogenholm and Bell on defense with the Johnson, Triggs, Jess Lime, Grammer, and Gregor on D, and the puck is down. Comes back in the neutral zone to Bell. Bell picks up, rotates the ice over to Bogenholm, who crosses the blue, gets to the red where he's met there by Jess. Jess ties him up in the corner, and the puck pops free to Gregoire. Gregoire surveys, gets it up the wing to Triggs. Triggs gets it up to Johnson. Johnson streaking on left, looks for Jess, doesn't quite connect as Warner's able to break it up. Jess plays it back to the corner for Johnson. Johnson's tied up by Bogenholm nicely. Motzko comes away on the wing. Up through center, plays it up for Perbix, but Gregoire's there to break it up. Johnson swings it wide to Triggs, and Triggs is in pursuit with Johnny Bell on him. John Bell picks it up, makes a pass up to Perbix. Perbix gets it to Bogenholm, who slides it ahead to Warner. Warner across to Motzko, and the play is going to come in offsides as Nate Warner slid in just over the blue line as Perbix brought it across the line for our first stoppage of play. You can see a nice pace here to the game already, and the speed and skill of St. Cloud on display. Droning in for the draw against Hirschfeld, and Hirschfeld wins it back, and Crusaders are able to get it deep where Moylan plays it around the wall over to Gavin Lindberg. Lindberg picks it up, flips it high, and it hits the rafters for another whistle. Hirschfeld in, centering Hiltner and Widman with Zins on defense. With Minkinen, drone in line for the Spuds. Moylanen and Gunkel on defense. Puck back to the point. Weak shot in from Minkinen. Backhander on net where Hodges makes the first save of the game on Hirschfeld. Played in deep by Widman around behind the net. Hirschfeld tries to play it up top, but Carson Triggs is there to take away. Centers it out to Gavin Lindberg, who comes through the neutral zone. Met there nicely by Minkinen. Tied up there by two other Crusaders as they dig for the puck. 3 Spuds, 2 Crusaders. Dronen pulls it free back to Grammer. Grammer looks up the middle of the ice, comes up and weaves his way through the neutral zone coming in. Looking, first Spud shot on goal there. Martin turns it away nicely. Picked up by Jack Smith, where he's met in the corner there by Gavin Lindberg. Lindberg digging, or rather Lucas Fear digging, and the puck pops free to Grammer again. Snaps another one quick on net with Overbo crashing in. Unable to pick that one up, but Overbo gathers in the corner, and Minkinen tries to lay a hit on him. Puck pops free where Kai Holm gets it in the corner. Now Overbo and Minkinen again. Kai Holm comes, circles, and tries to wrap it around. Martin there to block it away. And St. Cloud goes high off the glass to clear it, and Grammer's going to get to it before it gets on to Hodges. Here comes Grammer, who lays it back for Frisch. Frisch up the wing to Fear. Fear, long pass directed by Jack Smith, or deflected rather, on net to Martin, where it goes deep in, and Cathedral and Kai Holm pursue. Out with it comes the Cathedral defense, Johnny Bell, but Matt Gregoire is there to play it in deep, where it's picked up there by the Crusaders. Ethan coming rink wide, and it's centered for Warner, who tips it in deep, and Moylan in pursuit of Warner. And Cathedral tries to play it back around the corner where it's met by Moylanen, and Gregoire plays it wide on the wing to Cullen Jess, who's able to clear the zone. But Cathedral regroups again. John Bell brings it up. Snaps a rink-wide pass that hits Carter Johnson, but gets over to Perbix. Perbix enters the zone, cuts across, and snaps a quick one on, but Hodges is tracking the puck well there on top of his crease, and it hits him right in the M. You can see the quick transition of St. Cloud Cathedral here as they're highly skilled players and speed turn that puck up the ice quickly, and they try to generate offense on the rush. Warner, Perbix in with Motzko against the Johnson-Jess Triggs line. And Cullen Jess is able to come away and take the puck from Perbix, and he streaks up. He's got Grammer coming. Grammer's there, slides it over to Triggs. Triggs tries to lay it back, and there's Carter Johnson with a shot, but a sprawling defenseman, I believe Bogenholm, got a piece of that, tips it up high over the net, and in the chaos, the net had been dislodged. A nice rush up the ice, creating a good scoring opportunity for the Spuds as Jess was able to get it to Grammer to Triggs, and puck ended up getting out to Carter Johnson, who had a good look. Puck is down into the corner where Bogenholm wraps it around hard to Motzko. Met there by Carter Johnson. They battle for the puck there with Warner looking on and Caden Triggs looking on. Triggs is able to win a puck in the corner, and he's tied up nicely there by Zins, who rolls it around, but Luke Grammer's there to intercept. He gets it behind the net to Triggs, who gets it to Johnson. Johnson up to Jess, and a quick shot by Cullen up from high in the slot. Blocked away to the corner by Martin, where Johnson picks up, cycles it down to Jess. Jess tied up by Zins and Warner, and the Crusaders come away, but there's Triggs there to knock it back into the corner where Zins has it. Misplays it. Johnson can't quite get the handle, and Motzko comes out, flips it high. There's Wyatt Gunkel to glove it down and play it. Save it in the zone again. Knocked down again, but able to clear as the Crusaders, and the puck is now out at center ice, where Perbix picks it up and lays a bank pass up to Bogenholm. Bogenholm joining for the Crusaders. A touch pass by Warner back. Thompson Grammer's able to get the puck, and he turns and spins and tries to throw a rink-wide pass to Triggs. It doesn't connect. And the Crusaders are back to pick it up. Triggs with a heavy forecheck is able to create separation where Lindbergh gets it back to Triggs. Tries to center for his brother Carson, but unable to connect. And away comes Widman, screaming up the ice for Moylanen's in pursuit. Widman on the wing. Nice play by Cade Moylan to poke that puck away and tie it up in the corner. Dronen comes in to help out, and we've got two Crusaders and two Spuds battling in the corner for the puck, where Moylanen comes away with it. Moylanen up the wall, tries to one-hand it out, but it's met there by Hiltner. Colin Hiltner ties up Gavin Lindbergh, and the puck comes rink wide over where Grant Frisch will pick it up and rotate it back to Moylanen. Moylanen, a nice little pass up the wing, but it's deflected by Hiltner. It goes the length of the ice, where Minkinen will play it and gets tied up nicely there by Carson Triggs. Minkinen again in the corner, little spin move to get away from the forecheck. Triggs is there to stop it again, and away come the Crusaders. Nice little centering pass up to Hirschfeld, who brings it through the neutral zone. Met there by Grammer, who pokes and rides him off the play. Puck rolls into the corner where Mion picks it up. Luke Mion comes up the middle looking for a breakout pass to Overbo in the center, and just misfires. That'll go the length of the ice for an icing. We've got another whistle. Faceoff will come deep in the Spud zone to the right of Hudson Hodges. Michael Overboy will step into the center against Jack Smith. Jack Smith, a University of Minnesota Duluth commit, back from an injury in his first action in quite some time. Wins the faceoff, but Overbo's able to get it where Gregoire gets behind the net, gets it to Holm. Holm tries to hit Grammer streaking in the middle, but unable to connect, and Luke Grammer will bring it back for the Spuds. He steps around and slides it up the wing to Fear. Fear unable to get it up to a streaking Overbo, but the Spuds do battle there, where Overbo ties up. Now Grammer gets locked up by the Crusaders. Hort. And a pass from Gregoire up the wing gets deflected high into the rafters, and we'll have another whistle. Jack Smith, number 20 for the St. Cloud Cathedral Crusaders, is a projected NHL draft pick, a highly touted player this year for St. Cloud. Nice to see him back in action after a long layoff from an injury. And play resumes here as John Bell fires a pass up to Perbix, who just deflects it deep into the zone where Gunkel pursues behind Hodges, and Warner's on his tail. Warner creates a turnover, tries to get it out to Perbix. He spins and fires, but that shot's blocked out front by either Johnson or Moylanen. Now Moylanen back in the corner, picks it up, gets it up to Triggs, who finds Johnson in the middle, and here comes Carter. Snaps a rink-wide pass to Jess, who's on the puck, pursued there by Bogenholm. Jess tries to center. It's deflected there by John Bell, right out to Carter Johnson, who snaps it behind the net. And now Johnson and Triggs put the forecheck on. Triggs behind the net has the puck, tries to center for Johnson, comes out to Moylanen. Moylanen snaps a quick one towards the net, but it goes just wide of Martin, and Carter Johnson's able to pursue the puck to tie up Motzko, but here comes Motzko up the wing. Snaps it wide to Perbix in his feet, but he gathers it up. Tries to find Motzko, but picked off by Jess. Jess enters the zone, comes in, pulls, nice little Datsuk move to snap a quick shot off just wide. And there Moylanen snaps it on where Martin's able to knock it down. Now Jess in the wing again, gets it over to Moylanen. Moylanen back to Jess on the half wall. Jess rolls it in deep where Triggs is waiting, but Zins picks it off and starts to come up the right side where he snaps it rink wide to Motzko. Bounces off the wall, and Motzko brings it in, but a nice poke check from Grammer there. And now here comes Cullen Jess. Cullen Jess winding it up. Comes up the wall, slides a pass up to Carson Triggs, who is able to get it into the zone, but only able to advance it to Zins for the Crusader, who tries to play it up the ice and is deflected into the crowd for another whistle, and we will have a face-off coming on the St. Cloud side of center ice. Excuse me, they'll put it right at center ice. Dronen stepping in for the draw against Hirschfeld. Carson Trigg steps in to help win that one. Gregoire to Grammer. Grammer back to Gregoire. Pass up to Triggs. Triggs snaps a pass across the ice where it finds Dronen. Dronen and Lidberg in the corner against Minkinen. Dronen and there's some help comes down from Hiltner to win the puck, and a shot comes firing just high over Martin. Puck pops loose to Dronen. Dronen wins it down deep to Lindberg. Lindberg in the corner. Up to Triggs. Triggs tries to get it up to Gregoire, but is intercepted there, and here comes Widman, who makes a bank pass to Hiltner, who's on the puck in the corner, pursued by Grammer. Centers it out front, but the Spuds are there, and here comes Triggs. Triggs and Grammer coming up the ice. And a pass across from Triggs to Grammer, but just pulled him off sides as Luke reached in behind him to get the puck, and he was over the blue line, and his feet were inside the blue line, causing an offsides. Both teams quick in transition, creating off of turnovers to get up the ice quick and create offense, and here's Overbo in on the draw. Fear steps in to win that puck, gets it deep, but not all the way through as the Crusaders' defense is there. They slide it up the wing, where Hort is met by Moylanen in a collision, but the Spuds come away as Overbo brings it in, snaps a quick one on net that caught Martin by surprise as he was sliding backwards into his net, but was able to get his glove on it to get the stoppage. Faceoff coming to Martin's left. Overbo in on the draw against Jack Smith. Overbo wins it back to Moylanen, snaps it across to Frisch. Frisch puts it on net. Good traffic there from Fear. Martin's able to stick it away, puck to the corner. Crusaders are coming out. Jack Smith and Hort pursue. Now here comes Jack Smith controlling in the corner. Banks it off the net back to Minkinen. Minkinen lays a nice little touch pass up, and the Crusaders are able to exit the zone. Here comes John Bell with Moylanen defending him. Nice play by Cade Moylanen to stop a streaking John Bell. Bell gets the puck in the corner, tries to center it, but good back pressure from Overbo, intercepts it, and here come the Spuds. Overbo snaps a quick puck up the ice, where Lucas Fear now controls, tries to get it deep, but there's Cumming, who is able to intercept and lays it up to Balfans, who lays it into the zone where Luke Grammer gets it and tries to lay a pass across, but it hits some traffic there, and Moylanen now lays it back behind for Grammer. Grammer behind his net, controls, gets it over to Moylanen. Moylanen tries to get it up, but it hits a skate, pops loose to Cathedral, and it goes right to one of their most dangerous snipers, Blake Perbix, who puts it on net, where Hodges appears to have made the save, and there's a little confusion as the puck ended up in the net, but after the whistle and the save was made. So we'll have a face-off coming, and a little bit of sloppy play from the Spuds in their end, or at least an unfortunate bounce off of a skate to create a good chance for the Crusaders, but Hodges is there. Puck laid in behind the Spuds net off the draw. Gunkel lays it around for Triggs. Triggs half his stick back to Gunkel, over to Grammer. Grammer slides it to Jess. Jess lays it up off the wall. We've got a 2-on-1 forming with Johnson coming up. Johnson steps in across to Triggs. Triggs fires, but it's blocked beautifully there by, I believe, Nate Warner back on the 2-on-1, got in the way of that one. And Triggs tried to find Grammer streaking into the middle of the ice for a play, but a good stick by one of the Crusaders prevented that opportunity, and Gunkel peels back, picks it up, finds Triggs up high, who touches it across the ice to Jess, who comes flying in the zone again. Colin Jess bringing it in wide, snaps a quick shot on Martin, and pursues there. Carter Jess first to the rebound, and now Triggs intercepts, and he's got some room in the corner. Here comes Caden Triggs controlling the puck. Cycles it down low for Johnson, who's met by Bogenholm. Then Zins picks up the puck, lays it up the wing to Motzko. Motzko throws a rink-wide pass, trying to find Perbix, but Gavin Lindberg was able to knock that puck high out of the air as they tried a high elevated pass across the ice, and Lindberg knocks it out of the air. It's played with a high stick, and with McCoy Gregoire being the first to touch that puck, we'll have a whistle coming deep into the Spuds end to the left of Hodges. Hirschfeld in on the draw against Dronen, and Cade Moylanen comes in nicely to help win that one. Reverses the puck. Gregoire picks it upside of the net, finds Triggs. Carson Triggs off his stick up, and Dronen's able to chip it past the Crusaders, but Hirschfeld with some nice back pressure disrupts Dronen on the play. Puck comes out to Gavin Lindberg, who just tries to throw it in deep, but misses the glass. The the 4-foot glass there as it drops from 5 to 4 feet. Maybe was hoping for 5 or 6 foot glass, but instead it clears the 4-foot glass, so we have a whistle at center ice. Dronin in. Spud Wings again coming in to help win that draw, and here comes Dronin up over the blue line. He gets pulled down by Hiltner. The Crusaders trying to check him off the puck and got tangled up a little bit too much, and he's going to get a tripping call. And we'll see our first power play of the night going to the Spuds. And their first unit will come over the wall with Johnson, Jess, and Triggs. Luke Grammer up top. And they've got Michael Overbo. So it looks like Triggs going up top with Grammer and Overbo up front with Johnson and Jess here on this unit. Johnson in against Warner for the face-off. Draw one there by Johnson nicely. Jess gets it up to Grammer. Grammer slides it down to Johnson. Johnson back to Jess on the half wall. Jess up to Grammer up top. Grammer snaps a quick shot that hits Overbo out front. Good traffic there. Bounces to Jess. Jess tries to find Triggs back door. And we got Warner on the loose against Grammer one-on-one with Jess back in support. And Warner loses the handle there. And the Spuds are happy to regroup and come up the ice to try to set up their power play. Grammer comes up the middle. Does a little fake, comes around. Perbix slides it over to Jess. Jess now carrying it in wide. He gets in deep, and he's got help there from Carter Johnson. Over to Overbo to Grammer. Grammer up top, slides it over to Triggs. Triggs with the one-timer, but Martin's there with the glove. Crusaders try to clear, but there's Luke Grammer there to pick it off. Over to Johnson, back to Grammer. Grammer with a shot. One-timer shot through traffic that gets through but doesn't find the net. Finds behind Martin, and here comes the Crusaders again in transition. Warner and Perbix trying to create something short-handed. Nice little 2-on-2 play. Grammer and Johnson there to defend it. Now Luke Grammer comes away with the puck up the ice again. Here comes Grammer, slides it over to Triggs on the sidewall. Triggs carries in, intercepted there by Zins, but Luke Grammer's able to poke it back deep. And Spuds are able to put on enough pressure to keep the zone, but they bring it back to Grammer. Grammer tries to lay a pass up, but it's disrupted there. And now here comes Motzko, Jack Smith for the Crusaders trying to create a shorthanded chance, but great back pressure from Max Dronin to intercept and come up the ice with speed. Here comes Max, he's got Triggs. Max pulls around the defenseman Zins and snaps one on net, but unable to get it past Martin. And Gregoire with a nice poke keeps it in. Triggs centers it for Dronin, just bounces off his stick, and Jack Smith's able to clear. And we've got Motzko in pursuit of McCoy Gregoire, who sets it up behind the net with some assists from Hodges. Hands it off to Moylanen. Moylanen comes up the ice, slides it to Dronin. Dronin up to Lindberg. Lindberg crosses the line and controls, trying to set something up. Ridden off hard there by Cumming, and they create a battle with Dronin, but the Crusaders come away with it, with Cumming stepping up the ice. Slides it to Motzko, but Motzko had turned right at that moment to go on a line change, and the Spuds get it to Lindberg, who finds Triggs across the ice. Carson Driggs picks it up, snaps one on net. Nice, quick, low shot onto Martin, but he's able to corral it and get the whistle. Face-off coming deep in the Crusaders' end to Martin's right. Got Hirschfeld in on the draw against Michael Overbo. And the Spuds are going to come away and almost win that face-off, but it gets poked out to center ice, and the puck bounces around where it's played in by the Crusaders. Widman carries in. Grammer rides him off the play, and Gunkel comes in to clean up the mess. Grammer there with Gunkel. Grammer has it in the corner, controlling. Passes it rink wide to Fear. Fear's got Overbo streaking. He's got a step. Michael Overbo in on Martin, and drives it hard to the net. Defended well by both Bogenholm and John Bell, converging on Overbo, kind of forcing Michael into a one-handed backhand attempt that the goalie was able to fend off, and Overbo in the process crashes into the net, being taken out by those two Crusader defenders, forcing a whistle. But a really nice play as Grammer was able to control the puck in the corner, find Lucas Fear wide coming out of the zone, who found a speeding Michael Overbo to put some pressure on the Crusaders defense. Just not quite able to convert, but a great play coming up the ice by the Spuds there. Face-off back to Gunkel to Grammer, back to Gunkel. Gunkel throws it wide to Kai Holm, who's in pursuit. John Bell there to pick off Kai Holm, who slaps it up to Perbix. And Grammer gets the puck there, knocks it out of the air, flips it up to Overbo, who chips it by, and here comes Lucas Fear, one-on-one on Bogenholm. Lucas Fear bobbles, gets a little shot off as Bogenholm's checking him. He gets a shot rolling in weakly onto Martin as that's all he was able to do with Reed Bogenholm checking him nicely there. Good action back and forth thus far between St. Cloud and Moorhead, as both teams showing their ability to strike quick in transition and get up the ice quickly, creating offense. And we've got Triggs in on the draw against Warner. Triggs slides it through Warner's legs and just about gets in on Martin, but it's there knocked away nicely by Minkinen, I believe, and Carter Johnson in pursuit. Now Triggs with a good stick creates a turnover. Triggs has the puck on the half wall, but he's tied up by Minkinen, and the Crusaders are able to step in. Now Perbix up the ice. He's got Warner trailing. He's got Motzko going to the net. He snaps it on net with traffic coming, and Hodges is there to stop it, but the puck is loose on the side of the net. And there it's popped out to Perbix again, who gets another good look, but either hit some traffic or Hodges made the save. McCoy Gregoire comes away, finds Jess. Jess quickly to Johnson up the middle. Triggs is joining Johnson and Triggs, but he's played off by Zins nicely. Checked off nicely on the play by Zins as Carter Johnson tried to get it back to Triggs. Puck has cleared the length of the ice where Grammer picks it up. Warner's in pursuit, but Grammer evades him nicely around the net. And here comes Luke, who slides it up to Max Dronen. Max Dronen coming, lays it back for Grammer. Grammer with a quick shot on net with Gavin Lindbergh crashing. And Martin's able to make the save, pop it up into the air, and snag it with his glove before Lindbergh's able to knock it and get the rebound. But some fantastic play up the ice there as Max Dronen drew two defenders to him and laid a puck back to Luke Grammer coming in, who took a one-time shot there for a good chance for the Spuds. Play kept in by Grant Frisch nicely behind Martin now, where John Bell sneaks out the side, pulls it, tries to center it out, but Luke Grammer picks it off and snaps another one on net. But Martin out on top of his crease, able to glove that one down relatively easily for another face-off coming to Martin's left. Dronen in against Jack Smith. Jack Smith with Hiltner and Widman on his wings. We've got Cumming and Minkinen on defense. Excuse me, Cumming and John Bell. So here we have play continuing now as the Crusaders. John Bell picks it up, finds Jack Smith in the center, who's able to kick it wide to Hiltner. But Luke Grammer pursues, but Hiltner's able to get it to Smith, who tries to find Widman coming to the net. A nice play up the ice by the Crusaders, unable to connect there on the end of it, but they still pursue in the corner now. Hiltner tied up. Jack Smith now in the corner with Luke Grammer on him. Grant Frisch in the corner as well. We got Dronen and Grammer and Frisch, and the puck pops loose to Lindbergh, who tries to send a rink-wide pass, but is picked off there by Crusaders defenseman Ethan Cumming. And I think we have a penalty coming up. Was the winger that the puck was intended for, Carson Triggs, quickly stopped to try to prevent Cumming from getting a good scoring chance, and got his stick caught up in Cumming, possibly a hooking call there, preventing a Crusader scoring chance. But the Crusaders will go on the power play where Cumming has it now, slides it to Bogenholm. Bogenholm back to Perbix. Perbix circling on the left side, finds Warner down low, back to Perbix on the side, on the left side, on the wing. He finds backdoor pass to Warner, a great pass, but Warner was unable to get good wood on it, and now he puts it back up to Cumming across to Bogenholm. Bogenholm looking for Perbix again. Perbix on the sidewall, surveying and looking. He's got Motzko, but it comes through to Cumming. They tried it back to Motzko, just misfires where Perbix in puck recovery gets it up to Bogenholm, back to Perbix. Perbix on the side, looking, surveying, looking. Good stick by Kai Holm to get in the pass lane there as he tried to find Ethan Cumming cross box, and Cumming controls. And Warner cycles up. Cumming in the corner finds a streaking Bogenholm, which pops over to Perbix, but Hodges slides over and gets in front of that one. Crusaders regain over to Cumming. Cumming tries to slide one in on net, and Bogenholm knocks it out of the hair on a clearing attempt. Nice play by Reed Bogenholm. He gets it back up top to Cumming on the right, down to Warner. Warner looking. Gunkel challenges. He gets it to Bogenholm. Bogenholm shoots. Hodges makes the initial save. And just one too many rebound opportunities as the Crusaders finally, it pops, and I believe it's Blake Perbix sitting backdoor on the left side of the net that the puck finally popped through as the Crusaders kept whacking away at that loose puck. Pops to Perbix, who's able to pump it into the empty net. A nice looking power play for St. Cloud as they were able to control the puck and get many good looks, many good scoring opportunities. And with 14 seconds remaining in the first period, the Crusaders are able to net a power play goal and take the early lead. Nice little play up the ice where Warner comes in off the face-off and get a shot on goal, but the Spuds come back. And as they streak up the ice, Carter Johnson was able to lay a pass back to Triggs, and CJ Zins rides Carter Johnson hard off the play into one of the most dangerous areas on the ice, what is we refer to as the turnbuckle, which is the padded area on the player bench where the player bench meets the glass. And Carter Johnson was ridden hard into the turnbuckle, but he is popped up on his feet under his own power, able to get back to the bench, clearly shaken up. Carter Johnson appears as though we hope he'll be okay. We will see as we go to the intermission if we can get a report on Carter Johnson's status. But a thundering hit from CJ Zins riding Carter Johnson off the play to end this first period. First period ends on a late power play goal from the St. Cloud Cathedral Crusaders. Blake Perbix, Cathedral over the Spuds 1-0 at the end of one. Well, both teams are back on the ice here. It's a pending start of the second period on the Ryan Frisch Realty scoreboard. The Crusaders notch a late first period power play goal to take a 1-0 lead. First period very evenly played, a fast-paced game up and down the ice with seeing the high-level skill on both sides and ability to transition the puck quickly back up the ice and create off the rush. And of course the Crusaders showing off their high-powered power play with an excellent power play with a lot of control, puck movement, and finding options that eventually they were able to sneak one past Hodges on a couple of rebounds. So shots were 11 for the Spuds, 9 for the Crusaders. Very evenly played first period. Looking for more of the same as we look to start the second with Johnson in against Warner on the faceoff. Second period puck is down, one back to Grammer. Comes up through the neutral zone, brings it up, tries to get it past Perbix up to Triggs, unable to, but carries on. He carries on, slides it over to Johnson, who gets it just poked off his stick by John Bell, and Warner slides it over to Perbix, who flips it up to Motzko. McCoy Gregoire trying to play Motzko on the side, but Matt gets the edge, pulls up, looking for help, finds Perbix streaking in. Perbix pulls the puck, tries to slide it back door where Reed Bogenholm had slipped down. The puck pops out, now Grammer comes up ahead and chips it past, unable to get control of it, but pursues John Bell, who slides it up the wing to Bogenholm, and Bogenholm comes across. Jess breaks that up, but it comes back to Perbix, who tries to fire it cross box again, but Jess comes away with it, chips it past Perbix, and Cullen's in pursuit. John Bell chasing him to a loose puck, chips it off the wall, but Triggs is the first there, who gets it back down to Jess. Over his stick, and Bogenholm is there to tie up Jess, and he tries to play it up, but it comes back to Reed, who's got it in the corner and controls there as the Spuds go for a change. Bogenholm sets up behind and gets it to Warner. Warner back to Bogenholm, but Trigg picks it off, gets it out to Lindberg, who finds Dronen across for a one-timer that Martin gets his pad on. And Triggs tries the Michigan or lacrosse type goal from behind the net and scoops it. And there's some chaos out front, but it appears as though Martin had it in his glove the whole time. I'm not sure if he knew. The ref lost sight of it. The players lost sight of it. It was in his glove. I think the Triggs maneuver behind the net with that Michigan or lacrosse type style goal confused everybody. Puck is down, gets over to Dronen on the wall. And it's played out by Hiltner, who comes in 2-on-1 with Whitman. Tries to slide it across to Whitman, but he's unable to connect, but Moylanen gets it in the corner. Checked off by Hiltner there, but Dronen's back to help out. Now Whitman in the corner gets it. Gunkel plays him and ties him up. Dronen there, tied up with another Crusader, but Gunkel comes away with it up the ice. Tries to maneuver, but broken up by Hirschfeld right out in front of the net, but goes harmlessly to the corner. But Hiltner's there, centers it for Whitman. Whitman on the backhand, but Hodges sliding across is able to make the save. And Gunkel comes away again, slides it up to Lindberg, but Lindberg unable to handle. Quick shot from Minkin into the net, and Hodges gloves it down and decides to hang on and get a whistle. Face-off coming deep in the Spud zone to Hodges' right. Nice to see Michael Overbo stepping back onto the ice after he had walked off with what appeared to be an injury in the first period to his leg, but he's back out for the face-off against Jack Smith. Overbo wins it to Grammer. Grammer waits and plays it up to Fear, who finds Overbo in the middle, and the Spuds come up to Holm. Holm crosses the line, snaps one on net, just wide actually, and it comes to Lucas Fear. Overbo chips it by, and it goes in deep where John Bell pursues, and Kai Holm is there. Ties him up. Holm doing battle with John Bell, and puck comes around near side where Grammer is there. Grammer and Hort do battle, and it goes in deep where John Bell has it in the corner and tries to backhand it up the ice, and it hits a Spud, and it bounces back to the Crusaders, who bring it up the ice where Hort has it. Hort brings it in, but Grammer picks him up, turns it back where Smith is there to intercept for the Crusaders. Smith plays it up high just past Hort, and it clears the zone, and the Crusaders come out to the neutral zone. Hort back, peeling back, and Lucas Fear in pursuit of him. Plays a back pass, not to no one in particular, where it comes out to Grammer in the neutral zone, and here come the Spuds. Grammer in, tries a backhand pass to Johnson, and it just flips up on him, and Grammer plays it behind the net to Jess now. Jess pursuing with Triggs in the corner, and Triggs gets it to Jess. Jess tries to come out, but is met there by Jack Smith. Johnson first to it, up to Grammer at the point. Grammer fires a shot on net that Martin's not able to quite handle, but makes the save. Puck bounces to the corner, and Jack Smith now comes over to Motzko on the wing. Motzko coming up, tries to flip a pass up to Bogenholm, who had come up the ice, and now Carter Johnson's in. Carter Johnson comes in, but a nice play defensively there by Ethan Cumming as Carter Johnson tried to cut to the front of the net, and Jess now picks it off over to Johnson, who gloves it down, but unable to get the shot off as Perbix picks it up and gets it, headmans it up to Warner, but a nice defensive play by Cade Moylan to slow him down just enough. He plays it back to Gregoire now, but there the Crusaders intercept. They roll a backhand in on Hodges, but he's unable to corral it, and Moylan gets it up to Johnson now. Johnson fires it cross ice to Triggs off his skate where Minkinen intercepts and plays it up to Perbix. Perbix tips it, but Gregoire's there. Gregoire backhands it back to the neutral zone, mishandled by Zins where it goes into the Crusaders' end. Carson Triggs in pursuit, lays a heavy check on, gets Dronen, who gets the puck, tries to center for Lindberg. And we have a Crusader penalty coming up. The puck had popped loose up to Luke Grammer, who fired a quick shot and scored the puck, but it was well after the whistle. I'm not sure if he heard the whistle or not, but he continued play and fired the puck past Martin. It will not be a goal as the delayed penalty was called and the whistle had blown as the Crusaders are going to the box. I did not see if it was Cumming or maybe Zins that got the penalty. We'll wait for the announcement on that. But one way or the other, the Crusaders are in the box, and the Spuds will have an attempt on the Herberts and Gerberts power play. Comes back to Gregoire, who tries to snap one to the net under pressure. And in pursuit is Dronen, and Lindberg wins the puck nicely, gets it up top to Moylan. Moylan slides the line. Back to Dronen on the right side. Dronen back up to Moylan on top, who tries to go crossbox to Triggs on a nice play. And Carson unable to score that puck as Martin slides across for the save, and the Spuds pursue the puck again. But Perbix is the first one to it, and he's able to clear it. A very nice look across the box from Moylan to Carson Triggs on the back door, just not quite able to convert. Spuds looking good on the Herberts and Gerberts power play. Gregoire flips it in deep where Martin gloves it down, and there's John Bell first there to wrap it down the ice, or Hudson Hodges will set it up behind the net for Grammer. Motzko puts him in check there, but Grammer comes out up the left side. Slides it back to Johnson, who gets it over to Jess. Jess will enter the zone with control. Coming in, pursued by Motzko. Cross check there. In pursuit, Bogenholm. And then John Bell comes down and lays a thundering check. And here come the Crusaders. They headman it to Smith. Smith in, but checked off the play nicely by Grammer. Was unable to get a shot on the net. Now here comes Grammer up the ice, who lays it across to Jess. 1-on-3 over to Overbo, who gets it to Grammer. Grammer slides it to Jess. Jess comes in, unable to score as Martin gets his blocker on that shot. What a beautiful play entering the zone. Back up to Grammer. Luke enters and gets his shot blocked by John Bell, who collapses as if he was shot from the crowd by a sniper. Grammer into Overbo. And Triggs gives up the puck back to St. Cloud as there's a delayed penalty, and Caden Triggs opts to let the Crusaders touch it to get the two-man advantage in a 5-on-3 power play. Spuds will have the 5-on-3 advantage and continue the Herberts and Gerberts power play here with 26 seconds remaining on the first penalty to CJ Zins, and he will come out of the box if the Spuds are able to score or the time elapses, and Carter Johnson will step in on the draw against Nate Warner. With 26 seconds of 5-on-3. He wins it back to Jess, who slides it up top to Grammer. Luke walks in, and he snaps a quick shot past the blocker of Martin and the Spuds. And a 5-on-3 power play have been able to tie this game up. How critical the faceoffs are as Carter Johnson's able to step in, and in a 5-on-3, the best chance the Kill has to kill it off is to win the draw and clear the zone. But Carter Johnson wins it to Jess, Jess up to Grammer, and Luke steps in and snaps one past the blocker to tie this game at 1. 1:55 remaining on the 5-on-4 advantage. The Spuds, Herberts, and Gerberts power play continues. Grammer over to Johnson, over to Triggs. Triggs enters the zone, brings it in, steps to the middle, snaps a quick shot in on Martin, but he's able to gobble that one up in the center of the Crusader name on the jersey and have it fall into his glove to bring the faceoff to his left, where Johnson will step in and try to win the draw again for the Spuds, and he's able to over to Jess, up to Triggs. Triggs gets it into Overbo, who lays it to the corner for Johnson. Johnson in the corner now, working it up to Grammer. Grammer steps across the line. He walks it, slides it to Triggs. Triggs on the right side. Tries to find Jess out front, but Jess is able to get it in puck recovery, but slides it to the side where there was nobody home as Johnson had come in to help. And here comes Herbix and Warner trying to create a shorthanded opportunity, and they play it back to Bogenholm over to Zins, trying to kill some clock. Zins fires at the length of the ice just past Warner. It'll go deep where Luke Grammer will pick it up and come in behind Hodges and wheel it up the ice. Here comes Luke Grammer skating up the ice looking for a play, passes it rink wide to Jess, but just beyond his reach, and Bogenholm's able to pick it up. Grammer sends it back rink wide to Triggs. Triggs enters the zone, steps in, but met there nicely by Zins, and Carson Triggs picks it up, tries to lay it in behind where Caden gets it, tries to walk out front. He's checked off the play by Zins there, and there's a scrum where Dronen's able to disrupt the play. Lindbergh keeps it alive. They center it out to Moylanen, who, there it is, comes around to Carson Triggs on the back door, who is unable to put it into the open net as Martin had come out. Triggs picks up the puck again and spins it towards the net. Out to Gregoire. Gregoire gets it, fires it. Directed by Hiltner, or deflected into the corner where Moylanen now picks up and sends it back down to Dronen. Dronen plays it, but a nice stick from Zins there disrupts the play. He wraps it hard, but up to Gregoire. Gregoire walks the line. Tries to send it down to Lindbergh, and it gets over to Dronen. We've got numbers. Here's Moylanen. Nice play back door from Dronen to Moylanen. Unable to connect to some sliding Crusader defenders. Get in the way. Up to Gregoire. Keeps it in. Dronen picks it up. Snaps it hard to the net. Triggs in puck recovery first there. Up the wall to Lindbergh. Lindbergh turns and fires a puck that Martin's able to glove down, and he's happy to take a whistle to stop the chaos for a moment. Get a breather and get some fresh legs on the ice as the Crusaders are able to kill off the second half of that power play. Jack Smith stepping in for St. Cloud against Michael Overbo on the draw. Smith wins it back to Cumming. Cumming behind his own net, stops, reverses field. Gets it over to Perbix on the wing, who waits and slides it rink wide to Jack Smith, who finds a streaking Warner, but the play's broken up nicely by Grammer there. Get it in behind to Jack Smith, who tries to center it for Perbix, but it's broken up nicely by a stick there, and here comes Grammer, who's disrupted by Smith, but Grammer controls. He stops in the corner, slides it up the wing to Holm. Holm unable to handle it, and it's slammed back in by Cumming, where Gunkel picks up behind, slides it to Fear on the wing. Fear tries to lay it up, but Warner gets in the way with his foot, and here comes Grammer up the left side controlling and flips one high just to clear the pressure, and Cumming gloves it down, but here comes Lucas Fear. He's able to bring it in, and he's checked off nicely by Perbix with a stick check, and St. Cloud Cathedral's able to clear. We got Hiltner in pursuit with Moylanen, but Hodges comes out and throws a past the length of the ice up to Fear, who's able to control it, but Cumming comes in and hits him hard. Warner back in pursuit, picks it up, throws it to Hiltner rink wide, and Moylanen lays a nice hit on Hiltner to separate him from the puck, and Gunkel escapes nicely, coming up and finds Carter Johnson wide, and we've got a 3-on-1. We got Moylanen joining, Triggs on the backside, and a sliding play by CJ Zins, intercepts that puck up to Frisch, who fires it on net with traffic, but Martin is there. Play comes to Moylanen. Moylanen snaps it backside to Jess, who tries a pirouetting move to get the puck and spin to the net, unable to control as the stick comes out of his hands. And that's where Warner, I believe, is able to wrap the puck out of the zone where Moylanen regroups. Over to Frisch. Frisch finds Johnson in the middle. Nice play up the ice. Carter tries to slide it to Triggs, but broken up by Cumming again of the Crusaders, and back comes Hort. He enters the zone where Jess with the long reach drives him wide. He tries to center it for Hirschfeld, but broken up by Grammer. Grammer flips it high up the glass, and Minkinen, fortunately for them, pinches in and is able to get the puck, or Johnson and Jess were gone. Grammer checks his man off, gets it to Jess on the wing. Here comes Cullen up to Carter Johnson, slides it back to Jess, back to Johnson, tries to get it to Grammer, but he's checked off the play nicely by Balfans. Balfans lifted his stick at the last minute. Play comes to Minkinen now as he enters the neutral zone, coming through, trying to get it deep, but Grammer picks it off. Grammer tries to lay it quickly in transition to Carson Triggs, but it was picked off again with a nice stick from a Crusader defender, and here comes Triggs. He's checked off the play by Johnny Bell coming off the Crusader bench, and here's Grammer again. He chips it up to Dronen, and the Spuds have numbers. Dronen comes in, snaps a low hard shot on Martin, and he's able to stick it up into the netting to get a whistle. Frenetic play here back and forth from both sides, and again, the quick strike ability of both teams to turn the play back up the ice quickly is putting a lot of pressure and the defense under duress, and both sides have been able to answer with strong defensive play to thwart those efforts in transition. Here comes Bell, who gets it on the wing to Motzko. Motzko through the zone, pulls up at the blue line, controlling. Met there by Gunkel. He lays it in deep where Moylanen's the first to it, but Warner harasses him. And now Dronen doing battle there with Motzko. Moylanen joins the fray. They chip it up to Warner on the half wall, and Warner controls. Comes out front, and Gunkel, a nice little touch pass out front to Lindberg, and they control. Gunkel tries to flip it up ahead, but didn't get enough on it, and here comes Motzko. Motzko slides it back door to Perbix, and just like that, the puck's in the back of the net again. And as these teams are able to create turnovers, the transition play is creating opportunities, resulting in a goal this time. As I believe it was Motzko coming in on the wing, finds Perbix on the back door, and there's nothing Hudson Hodges can do to get across the net quick enough to stop that. And the Crusaders take a 2-1 lead. Overbo wins the draw, back to Grammer. Grammer's waiting, and finds cross ice, Kai Holm. Kai Holm touches it into the zone where John Bell intercepts it and tries to find Jack Smith across the ice, but just out of his reach will result in an icing.
Scored by number 27, Mike Perbix. Assist goes to number 18, Matt Motzko.
Overbo in against Jack Smith on the draw. Overbo wins it back, but it out of the reach of the Spuds defenders, where Grammer picks it up, evades an oncoming player, and slides it to Overbo, who touches it in deep, where Bogenholm picks up. Fear in pursuit of him. Bogenholm to the corner, chips it past Holm, but Luke Grammer's able to keep it in, throws it back into the zone where Holm's in pursuit of John Bell. John Bell and Kai Holm do battle there, two of the toughest kids you'll see. Fear comes loose, over to Overbo, who snaps off a quick one-timer past the blocker again of Martin, and the Spuds seem to have found a weakness. And the Crusaders goalie Martin, with both of their goals firing past his blocker side to tie this game on the Ryan Frisch Realty scoreboard, 2-2. A beautiful forecheck by Kai Holm, getting in to tie up a Crusader defenseman, and wonderful puck support from Lucas Fear to get in there, win that puck, come out of the corner with the puck, and a quick look to Mike Overbo up in the slot, who snaps it past Martin, and we've got a tie game. Puck is down back to the Crusaders, where Minkkinen slides to Cumming. Cumming tries to go to Hiltner, but misfires. It goes the length of the ice, and we have an icing there, as that puck just crosses the goal line with Gunkel and Hiltner in pursuit. Bud's goal coming from Overbo with hard-earned assists from Lucas Fear and Kai Holm to tie this game at 2 with 5:14 to go. Puck dropped in the zone, and Widman comes loose right off the shoot. We've got a 2-on-1. Gunkel's in the middle. They slide it across to Hiltner, and a sliding attempt with some back pressure coming from the Spuds defender. Hiltner unable to direct the puck into the net, but he crashes into it, dislodging it, and we'll have a face-off. And shockingly, off of an offensive zone face-off, the Crusaders just burst up the ice, were able to get the puck and create a 2-on-1 right off of a defensive zone face-off for St. Cloud. Puck comes to the right of Hodges in a face-off deep in the Spuds end. We've got Johnson stepping in against Warner. Carter wins it back to the corner. Luke Grammer picks it up, circles the end of net, stops, surveys, snaps it up to Triggs. Triggs coming up the wing, looking for someone, but St. Cloud's got everyone in check. Grammer picks it out of the pile, back to Gregoire. Gregoire to Jess, who finds Johnson. They got Triggs wide. Over to Triggs, passes it back to Jess. Jess snaps it high over the blocker of Martin, and the Spuds again. If I were on the Spuds bench, I might be looking to shoot blocker side, as Cullen Jess releases a wicked snapper over the glove of Martin, over the blocker of Martin, off a wonderful play coming in the zone, created between Triggs and Johnson, finding Jess up in the slot, and Cullen Jess, the big fella, makes no doubt snapping that one high over the blocker, and the Spuds take a 3-2 lead. Puck down back to Grammer again in the neutral zone, who snaps a quick pass over to Jess, just out of his reach, and John Bell retreats into his end, slides it across to Cumming, misfires there, Jess in pursuit. Collins able to break it up, and now they do battle. Warner comes away with it, pops it to Perbix, who finds Motzko. Motzko misfires on a pass back to Perbix, Spuds break it up, now Jess gets it back to Grammer. Grammer looks, finds Gregoire. Gregoire looking for a play, tries to get it to Jess, misfires, and it'll go the length of the ice where we'll have an icing. The Ryan Frisch Realty scoreboard, 4:11 remaining in the second period, with the Spuds on a couple of goals have taken a 3-2 lead here. 4:11 remaining in the second period. Overbo wins the draw back to the corner where Moylan gets and spins away, tries to play it up to Fear, but it gets out to Cumming, who sidesteps Fear. But right there he's met by Moylan, and Fear chips it out to a streaking Overbo just out of his reach, and John Bell is able to peel away and turn it right back up the ice and finds Hiltner. Hiltner snaps it back to Jack Smith. He snaps one where Hodges is able to get his glove on it and deflect it just over the net. Another shot coming in that's redirected in traffic but doesn't reach the net. Holm pursues Cumming. Cumming steps around and gets it to Jack Smith, who steps into the slot. He's checked off the play, and the Spuds collapse well on defense and now come out of the end. Kai Holm up the ice. Coming across the red line, chips it in deep behind Cumming and Zins, and we've got Fear and Holm pursuing Zins behind the net. We've got a battle. Fear comes away with it. Cumming steps in to challenge him. Holm walks out front, tries to stuff it short side. Zins rides Fear hard up the play. Holm is down, and the puck comes wide side to Widman, who has a nice little backhanded pass to the center, and here comes Cumming stepping up to get that puck, slips it through, slides it back for the Crusaders, Hirschfeld, but he's unable to connect, and the play carries on and into the corner where they try to find Cumming across the ice up top, misfires out to the neutral zone, and the Spuds pursue hard, and it's won there by Lindbergh and Triggs. Carson Triggs brings it in, tries to find Dronin deep where Zins has it, and they turn it back up the ice, and here they come. Luke Grammer there to get the puck, and he surveys the neutral zone and slides it back to Gunkel. Gunkel in the middle to Dronin, who just doesn't catch that puck. Unfortunately, the Spuds had something cooking, and I believe Max Dronin wanted to turn that 3-on-2 into something special and just took his eye off the puck for a second, and it eluded his stick and went for an icing. But again, both ways in transition, these teams' ability to get the puck up the ice quickly is putting the defense under a lot of duress. Johnson wins the draw back to the corner where Moylan is pursued by Warner. Gregoire back there where Perbix tries to center it out to Motzko, but it misfires, and Bogenholm will regroup, gets it back to John Bell as they carry it back into their own end. Carter Johnson pursues and forces a long attempt from John Bell down the ice that was unable to connect on a stretch pass, and the Crusaders will ice the puck, so we'll come back down deep into the Crusader zone with a face-off to the right of Martin. Triggs will step into the draw with the face-off coming in the left circle. And Warner's able to win that one over to John Bell, who comes around the net and finds Motzko on the wing, but misfires with a great stick check from Carter Johnson. Luke Grammer regroups with the puck and is looking and looking and looking, and finally gets it to Jess on the wing, who chips it up to Johnson. We've got 2-on-2 with Johnson and Triggs. Bogenholm and Bell, and Triggs tries an entry pass. A little entry pass from Triggs is redirected past Martin, and on somewhat of a fluky goal as the Spuds enter the zone. A nice play up the ice, but not your typical goal where they tried a little centering pass that just trickles its way past Martin and into the net, and the Spuds will take that bit of fortune for a 4-2 lead late in the second period with 2:02 remaining. Nice play as Grammer got it to Jess to Johnson, Johnson to Triggs into the net, and here comes Grammer again, who fires a pass up to Triggs, unable to control it, and Zins plays it back, and here comes the Crusaders. They got two coming with Warner. Nice play by Cullen Jess there, deflect the puck, and he's in pursuit as Zins regroups and fires a length of the ice past to Perbix, who redirects it into the zone, where Grammer pursues with Warner, and he's then checked by Perbix there. Johnson wins the puck up to Triggs, who plays on the wall, but he's met there hard by Zins, and Motzko comes away with it. Now Gregoire behind with Perbix. Plays it around on the wall to Triggs, tries to direct it to the center, where Warner gets it back to Perbix, and he goes backdoor to Motzko, who fans on the play. And the Crusaders had another good look, and here comes Luke Grammer up the ice. Gets it over to Triggs. Triggs to Jess. Jess one touches it, but Martin's there to make that save on a beautiful attempt for the Spuds. But Martin's up to the task on that one, and that's a big save there by Martin, keeping the Spuds out of the net and taking a 5-2 lead. Now Grammer rolls it to Jess. Jess finds Triggs up the ice, and here come the Spuds again. Triggs makes a move on Bell. Michael Overbo backhands it in on Martin, and he's there calmly to let that puck hit his chest protector and let it fall into his glove to take the whistle. 50.3 seconds remaining on the Ryan Frisch Realty scoreboard. Spuds 4, Crusaders 2. Faceoff coming to Martin's right, deep in the Crusaders zone. Overbo will step in against Jack Smith. Overbo, Smith wins the draw, over to Cumming to Hiltner. Hiltner tries to find Widman wide, but it gets disrupted there, and Moylan's able to slam it in on net and throw it back in where Kai Holm pursues, but Cumming wins that stick battle, and here comes the Crusaders. Jack Smith up the ice, and a stick check by Lucas Fear on Jack Smith, and Smith goes down. Lucas Fear is going to take a penalty here on that play, and an unfortunate penalty in that Jack Smith is one of the strongest skaters you'll see in high school hockey, and I don't know if it was a coincidental toe pick that happened, but nonetheless, Fear's stick was there. He went down, and the ref called the penalty. Bogenholm has it, gets it down to Warner, who mishandles, and Kunkel's able to corral him there, but Perbix comes in. Perbix on the left side, surveying, looking. He's checked there by Grammer, who pursues him. Gets it up to Bogenholm, back to Perbix. Perbix cross box to Warner, and Hodges slides across to make the save. And Warner tries to center it up to Bogenholm, but knocked out of the air by Cullen Jess and cleared the length of the ice on a tremendous play by Cullen Jess with hand-eye coordination, knocking that saucer pass out of the air and out of harm's way, which essentially kills the end of the period. And an exciting one it was, with goals coming on both sides. 4 for the Spuds, 1 for the Crusaders, and on the Ryan Frisch Realty scoreboard at the end of 2, it's Moorhead Spuds 4, St. Cloud Cathedral Crusaders 2.
We are The Breakdown. For almost 2 decades, we've published the most comprehensive yearbooks on Minnesota high school sports and run the best in-season and off-season events. We cover every corner of the state. We are The Breakdown.
get asked
all the time,
what in the world is a credit union?
Let me tell you.
It's a member-owned financial cooperative.
And you're a part of it.
You're a part of it.
Because our earnings go back to our members.
So open your eyes to a credit union.
Yeah, that's right. Open them. Come see us at First Community Credit Union.
For good times and great food and drinks, gather your people and come visit us at Legends. You will love our wings, pulled pork, pizza, and other delicious items. Gluten-free and other special diets can be accommodated. We show all the major sporting events. If you are having a special event, take advantage of our event room and catering. Our catering is available for both delivery and pickup. Visit us today.
Before I became a real boy, life was easy. I just sat there doing sandwich stuff. But being alive is so hard. So if you don't want to get up to get a sandwich, you shouldn't have to. Have a sandwich, you hero.
Open your eyes
to a credit union.
Wait. What's a credit union?
It's a financial cooperative.
And it's member-owned.
Which means
better rates.
Lower fees.
And all the financial services that you need.
It's easy to join.
So easy to join.
Practically ridiculous how easy it is to join.
So open your eyes.
Open your eyes.
Open your eyes to
a credit union.
So open your eyes.
Come see us at First Community Credit Union.
Back in 1926, people in the FM area began choosing the latest fashions and flooring materials from Fargo Linoleum, and they still do. Fargo Linoleum offers you everything in floor covering. After all these years, Fargo Linoleum is still the floor covering leader.
Whether you're building a new home or looking to save money on your energy bills by improving your existing insulation, let the experts at Cullen Insulation help you out. Contact Dan and mention this ad to receive a 10% discount off any work they perform for you. Just like your Moorhead Spuds, the team at Cullen Insulation is committed to excellence.
At Moorhead Dental Associates, you'll get the very best care and state-of-the-art technology. Dr. Scatfold and Dr. Johnson are now accepting new patients. Call or stop in to Moorhead Dental Associates.
light-duty truck to do full-size jobs. Boss built the HTX in both V-plow and straight-blade options. The Boss HTX family is specifically engineered for today's half-ton and light-duty vehicles. Make no mistake, they have big-time power. So when you're working to restore order, the Boss HTX is here to back you up.
Your home for Boss snowplows is Bert's Truck Equipment on Highway 75 North in Moorhead. Stop on out and visit us before you get caught with your plow down.
Revive Professional Massage Therapy Clinic. Serving the FM community for over 9 years. Locally owned and operated. Open 7 days a week. Day, evening, and same-day appointments available. Couples massages also available. 20 highly trained professional licensed massage therapists on staff. Now with 2 locations, South Fargo and Detroit Lakes. Offering online booking and online gift certificates. www.reviveprofessionalmassage.com.
Looking for a mortgage in the Valley? Where would you go? Some people are skeptical of those humongous banks. Others worry about the stability of some small lenders. At Valley Mortgage, we're independent and only do mortgages. So we're small enough to give you the service you want and large enough to give you the security and experience you need. It's the perfect fit. Valley Mortgage, we're the largest independent mortgage banker in the Valley. An equal housing lender.
Open your eyes to a credit union.
The one myth of a credit union
Is that we don't offer what the other guys do.
well, that's simply not true.
We have business, checking, and loans.
Mortgages and credit cards.
We have free Kasasa checking.
And all the other services you need too.
Come see us at First Community Credit Union.
Pam is a small business owner. She is swamped. Pam knows she needs to advertise, but is overwhelmed by all the options. What if there was a way for Pam to have access to a team of media experts? What if this was at no extra cost and didn't require a contract? Meet Avenue Right. Save time, money, and get peace of mind that your advertising dollars are well spent.
The Moorhead Spud Boosters support students at Moorhead High School involved in co-curricular activities. Your membership in Moorhead Spud Boosters directly benefits Moorhead's student athletes, celebrating 40 years of supporting Spud athletics.
When searching for a home loan, too many people focus only on the rate. They forget to ask the lender, are approvals made locally or in a city far away? Are you experienced at closing on time? With Valley Mortgage, you get a great rate, the best service, local approval, and over 30 years of experience. So give us a ding. Valley Mortgage, we're the largest independent mortgage banker in the Valley. An equal housing lender.
Four Seasons Car Wash on 34th Street in Moorhead is a proud supporter of Spuds TV and the Spud Boosters. Unlimited wash memberships are available starting at just $20. A portion of each new membership is donated to the Spud Boosters. Free vacuum stations with each wash. So for a fast, clean wash, go to Four Seasons Car Wash.
We are The Breakdown. For almost 2 decades, we've published the most comprehensive yearbooks on Minnesota high school sports and run the best in-season and off-season events. We cover every corner of the state. We are The Breakdown.
I get asked
All the time.
What in the world is a credit union?
Let me tell you.
It's a member-owned financial cooperative.
And you're a part of it.
You're a part of it.
Because our earnings go back to our members.
So open your eyes to a credit union.
Yeah, that's right. Open them. Come see us at First Community Credit Union.
For good times and great food and drinks, gather your people and come visit us at Legends. You will love our wings, pulled pork, pizza, and other delicious items. Gluten-free and other special diets can be accommodated. We show all the major sporting events. If you are having a special event, take advantage of our event room and catering. Our catering is available for both delivery and pickup. Visit us today.
Before I became a real boy, life was easy. I just sat there doing sandwich stuff. But being alive is so hard. So if you don't want to get up to get a sandwich, you shouldn't have to. Have a sandwich, you hero.
Crusaders are back on the ice. The Spuds have returned to the ice. Drop of the puck for the third period will be coming shortly. A very entertaining and fast-paced game to this point through 2 periods. The Spuds hold a shots on goal advantage of 26-18 through 2. And on the Ryan Frisch Realty scoreboard, they hold a 4-2 advantage in score. 1:26 remaining on a Lucas Fear penalty that the Spuds will have to kill to start this third period. And the Crusaders' power play has proven to be relatively lethal as they create quality scoring opportunities each time that they've had it to this point, and got their first goal of the game coming on a power play goal. So a pivotal moment to start the third period here in this game as the Crusaders will try to get within 1 on the power play. Johnson in for the face-off. And Warner's able to win it over to Perbix, who slides it back to Bogenholm as they regroup with Cumming. Bogenholm in behind, steps up, loses the handle, and goes back to set up again and let the Crusaders swing. Cumming on the right, Warner on the left, and he snaps it across to Warner. Just there, steps in, and it gets across to Motzko, who cuts across and snaps one, but is unable to connect. And they play it up to the point where Johnson's able to win the puck stick battle and get it past Bogenholm and chip it down the ice where Cumming is on it, and Johnson's there to pick him off. Jess first to the puck, gets it to Johnson with a spin around attempt. A beautiful play by Cullen Jess on a nice little chip pass out front to Carter Johnson, but Martin is there, or Johnson just misfires. Puck back to Warner on the side, tries to step around Grammer, but Grammer plays him, and the puck pops to Gregoire. Gregoire is able to clear the zone, and it comes out to neutral where Perbix is back into his own end, circles in front of his net, and comes up the ice again. Triggs tries to cut off Perbix as he enters, gets it over to Motzko entering the zone. Moylanen keeps him in check. Warner circles in behind, Motzko up to Cumming. Cumming at the right point, snaps it across to Bogenholm. Bogenholm back to Cumming. Cumming back to Bogenholm. Bogenholm slips it over to Perbix. Perbix down low to Motzko up in the middle, but the Spuds collapse and Caden Triggs wins the puck battle in a nice play by Max Dronin to disrupt that play to Motzko in the center of the box, and Triggs clears the zone. That'll do it as the Spuds return to full strength, and here comes Cumming up the ice. Cumming enters the zone, slips it to Hiltner on a nice pass. Hiltner snaps one high on Hodges, who makes the save with his chest. Puck to the corner. Hiltner snaps it backdoor on a beautiful backhanded pass to Jack Smith, who just misfires. Smith gets the puck, turns, snaps one on net, deflected away by a Spuds defender high into the netting where there will be a whistle and a faceoff coming to Hodges' left. Well, quick action, fast action here to start the third period again. The Spuds able to kill off the penalty, 15-15 remaining here in the third period, and Overbo is unable to win the draw. John Bell gets it, slides it to Zins. Zins one times a shot, and it goes wide, and Kai Holm is the first to the puck. He lugs it up and chips it into the Crusaders' end. Zins is there to get it, and he chips it off of Widman, and it bounces back to Zins deep in his zone. He looks rink wide, fires it, but it misfires, and Grammer regroups in his end at the top of the circle, coming up the ice looking for a play, and finds Fear back on the wing. Fear enters the zone, gets it to Overbo. Overbo brings it in on the backhand, and unable to handle it, goes to the corner where it's cleared by Bell. We're up to Frisch, but Frisch lays it back to Overbo. Overbo behind the net, finds Kai Holm, who snaps one just wide. And a nice play by Mike Overbo, and there's Hiltner, who fires rink wide to Widman. Widman stops to gather it, gets it to Hiltner in the middle, who enters his zone, and Lucas Fear rides him off the play. And Grant Frisch is there to pick off a centering pass and clear it to the center, but here comes Hirschfeld. Hirschfeld brings it back in, ridden off nicely by Kai Holm, and Grammer picks up puck coming up the center of the ice. Snaps a rink-wide pass to Gavin Lindberg, and here comes Gavin. Crosses the blue line, has Dronin, toe drags to the middle, pulls it back to his forehand, tries to shoot it. Dronin picks it up, here's Gregoire, and Big Mac drops the bomb just wide of the net. Puck caroms wide to Moylanen. Moylanen keeps it in, but there's Hirschfeld there coming out wide, who slips it across the ice to Belfans. Belfans gets it in the zone, gets around Gregoire, but Moylanen's there to meet him. Gregoire behind the net, where Hort intercepts. Now Gregoire and Hort behind the net doing battle. Puck is tied up, poke free by Dronin to the corner. Dronin stops and reverses field. Here comes Max, gets it behind the net to McCoy Gregoire. Gregoire snaps it up the wing to Carson Triggs, but he's unable to handle, and that's where Cumming keeps it in. But Gavin Lindberg wins a stick battle on the wall, and out comes Gavin. Gavin crosses the red line, brings it in the zone, snaps a quick shot where Martin blockers it aside. Gavin's first to the rebound in the corner, snaps it out front, but Cumming turns it away, and here comes Hort. Hort chips it past Grammer. Grammer in pursuit with the stick. Rides Hort off the play and ties him up there. Puck is tied up with Dronen, Grammer, Hort, Warner, and Perbix lays it up to Cumming finally. Cumming looking, snaps it in towards Warner, but broken up nicely by Moylan in there. They lay it in deep where Hort gets it, spins away from Grammer, but Dronen's there to meet him, and here comes Carson Triggs. Carson Triggs makes the centering pass over to Lindbergh, and Lindbergh's able to clear the zone, but Hort's there at the red line to throw it in. There's a delayed offsides here. The Spuds are going to be able to regroup as Grammer peels up the middle. Here comes Grammer, slides it up to Carter Johnson. Carter Johnson mishandles the puck, and it gets up to Grammer, but the Crusaders win it. Perbix to Warner. Here comes Motzko. Motzko tries to get around Gunkel, but Gunkel pokes the play and turns it back for the Spuds. We got Triggs coming, slides it to Johnson, but Zins is there to poke that away, and here come the Crusaders. Warner up the right, got Motzko trailing, leaves it for him, but Gunkel comes firing back to break that play up. Johnson clears to Zins. Zins hammers it back in around, but Hodges there to stop the play, where McCoy Gregoire sets up in the back of the net for the Spuds and comes up the right side, but he mishandles as he surveys, but it comes to Triggs. Triggs is able to muck the play enough to get it out, and there comes Cullen Jess up, gets it back to Triggs, and Triggs enters across to Johnson, over to Jess, back to Triggs, and a shoulder save there by Martin, and the play comes wide. Zins to Perbix, to Warner, and they cross, and they drop past it to Perbix entering the zone, and he's got Bogenholm streaking, and Bogenholm is tied up nicely by Jess on a back check. Gregoire to the end, chips it up high, and Carter Johnson now has a 2-on-1 with Caden Triggs. Johnson enters, surveys, over to Triggs, back to Johnson, and Jess misfires, and they had an empty net back door, but it was unable to connect, and Triggs lays it back to Johnson, who's in the corner, and he's ridden off hard by John Bell, who wraps it around. Caden Moylanen's going to come in and keep the puck alive, and plays it through the triangle nicely behind the net, tries to center to Johnson, but it's broken up there. Chipped up high out of the zone by the Crusaders, and Hiltner's in pursuit of Frisch. Frisch comes back behind his own net with Hiltner harassing him. Frisch comes up, chips it up the wall, is able to get it out, and here come the Spuds again. Overbo lays it back for a streaking Fear, but unable to connect as a nice play by John Bell. To disrupt that play, the Spuds throw it in deep, and Bell gets it behind Martin. He sets up there. John Bell waiting for his teammates to circle, and he snaps it back across the ice to Hiltner. Hiltner goes rink wide to Widman. Luke Grammer there, and Kai Holm back on the play, rides him off. Grammer rolls it up the wall, but Hiltner's there. Kai Holm breaks that up, but Cummings able to keep it in. Luke Mion steps in front of a shot, blocks that, and here comes Luke Mion behind the play. Reverses it to Holm. Holm tries to play the puck, and it is eventually able to be cleared out to center ice, and they play it in deep there where Mion gets it behind the net. Set up by Hodges. He plays it off the wall to Holm, but it's too hard there. Now the play, Jack Smith, toe drags. Nice move, slipping it around. Comes out front, but Hort's there. Hort on the sidewall. One-time shot that's deflected by Smith just wide. And here come the Spuds now as Zins kept it in, but it's intercepted by Luke Grammer, and Luke comes through and throws a shot high over the net. And Mike Overbo's first there. He turns and fires it on net. Now Luke Grammer again. Luke Grammer fires a shot that Martin has a tough time handling, and Carson Triggs is knocked down in front of the net. Now comes Hort. Moylan slides over to play Hort. Hort snaps it, but Hodges easily sticks it to the side. Hirschfeld and Grammer do battle there. Puck is centered, but Gavin Lindbergh's there to pick it off, and he tries to play it soft off the glass out to center ice, but it hits a Spuds player in the box, and we'll have a whistle. We'll take a moment to catch our breath as the play has been frenetic, back and forth, up and down the ice. The speed of these two teams in transition is incredible, and their defense are not afraid to join the play. And it's created quite the excitement here in transition play in this game tonight. And here we go, puck is down again. Carson Triggs lays it up the wall where it's met by Hirschfeld and Dronen and played back in deep where Gunkel gets it. He reverses play to Moylanen. Moylanen comes up the left side, surveying, finding Dronen in the middle. He slides it up the wall to Triggs, and here comes Carson crossing the line. He snaps it towards the net, and Martin Cooley sticks it into the corner. Lindbergh first there to create some chaos. And Gunkel steps down, but the puck bounces funny where Hirschfeld has his winger Belfans coming, but broken up nicely on the play by Moylanen. Up to the point where John Bell backhands it in deep for Belfans. Belfans back behind the net where they play a little cycle behind the net and try to come out with it, but Dronen's there to clear the puck up to Triggs, misfires, and John Bell turns it back to Bogenholm. Here comes Reed Bogenholm entering, crossing and weaving his way through traffic, lays a backhand on to Hodges, but Hodges just stands his ground and is able to stop it. and Bogenholm slides himself into the net. Play continues on as it goes down the ice, and the Crusaders regroup, and here comes the ever-dangerous Blake Perbix. But he streaks in, checked off nicely by Gunkel, and here comes Caden Triggs, and the Spuds come back to Jess. Jess crosses the line, looks, snaps it on net, rebound Triggs, but Martin is there again. Johnson has the puck behind the net, tied up there, and comes out, but Motzko has the puck, reverse spins it out to center ice, and Luke Grammer gets it, lays it up to Triggs. Triggs tries to center to Johnson, but it's disrupted nicely by Zins and played back out where Grammer picks it up in the neutral zone, slides it to Gregoire. Gregoire looking for a play, up to Triggs, who touches it to Johnson in the middle. Johnson enters the line, Cooley snaps it over to Jess on a nice cross-ice pass, but Minkinen's there to check Jess off the play. Now it's Jess and Triggs, Minkinen, Zins, and the Crusaders come away with it to the corner. Here comes Zins. Zins in the corner, looking, surveying, wanting to find an outlet, and he tries a stretch pass up to Motzko, but Motzko is able to handle, carries in. Grammer has him in check. Motzko pulls up. Grammer keeps him in check. He slides it to Warner. Warner slips it off the back of the net, controls in the corner, finds a backdoor pass. Johnny Bell with a shot. Hodges is there. Puck is loose. Puck is loose. Puck still loose. And Motzko tries to stuff it, but McCoy Gregoire there to deny him. And Carter Johnson tries to clear, but it's up to the point, where it goes from Bell to Cumming. Cumming lays it in. Big hit laid on Widman by Grammer. Carter Johnson controls in the corner to Triggs on the wing. Plays it to Grammer. Grammer pokes it to Triggs. Triggs is able to clear it high out of the zone. Johnny Bell gloves it down and regroups in the neutral zone over to Cumming. Cumming crosses the red line. Spuds on a change. Cumming comes in. Enters. Controls. Mohawks. Slides to the corner. Slips around Gregoire. Waiting for help. Luke Grammer there is able to play it around the wall where Widman picks it off. He gets it down to Jack Smith, but Grammer's there to pick it off. And here comes the Spuds, but a clearing attempt by Michael Overbo is picked off, and the Crusaders turn it back. McCoy Gregoire rips the puck around the wall and attempts to clear it, but Cumming is there to keep it in. Back around the other side to Gregoire in the corner. He skewers it up ahead to Lucas Fear, and Lucas Fear with a nice play on the wall to get in the way of that puck as John Bell tried to send it back in deep. Bounces off of Fear into the Spuds bench for another whistle and a face-off coming deep in the Spuds end to the right of Hudson Hodges. 6:33 remaining. Spuds holding on to that 4-2 lead they entered this third period with. But the Crusaders applying pressure. Hirschfeld in against Overbo. Wins it to the wall where Belfans does battle with Moylanen, and the Crusaders and the Spuds come away with Lucas Fear, and here come the Spuds. Fear up the right. He's got Overbo in the middle. He chips it deep past Bogenholm and puts the pressure on Bogenholm. Lucas Fear gets his stick to disrupt the puck, but there comes Hirschfeld in to win the puck up the wall to Hort. Hort tries a centering pass that gets away from everybody, goes the length of the ice for another icing. And the play will come down deep in the Crusaders' end for a face-off to the left of Martin. Dronen will step in for the face-off. The Crusaders come with Warner, Hiltner, and Widman. Zins and Bogenholm on defense. Dronen wins the draw back to Carson Triggs, who snaps a pass up to Grant Frisch, but Grant has some pressure and just lays it back in. Now here comes Bogenholm up through the middle, and he's going to try to weave his way up through traffic again. And here comes Reed Bogenholm trying to get a shot up, but is unable to. And now here comes the Spuds in transition, but nobody grabs the puck, and the Crusaders are able to intercept with Widman coming in, but unable to get anything but a weak rolling puck on net with a nice stick from a Spud defender. Hodges calmly gloves it like a shortstop to get the whistle. And the Spuds will bring the Johnson line out for a faceoff deep in their zone to Hodges right. Carter's in for the faceoff. Jack Smith, and Carter's able to win it over to Luke Grammer. Luke Grammer spins, gets it to Jess, who tries to bang it out of the zone, but Cumming is there to keep it in and fire a shot in on Hodges, who gobbles it up with that big chest protector and lets it land in his glove to take another whistle. Face off in a similar spot. Jack Smith, Carter Johnson to the right of Hodges. Carter Johnson wins the draw again, but it banged around where Jack Smith comes away with it. Gets it up to Cumming. Cumming back to Smith in the high slot for a quick shot. And right there, Mac Motzko is on the puck for the Crusaders. He slides it over to Perbix. Perbix tries another backdoor pass to Jack Smith. and Jack Smith gloves it down and gets another shot on goal that Hodges is able to steer away up to Cumming. Cumming tries to snap it off, but Cullen Jess with a nice stick there blocks that pass and is able to clear the zone on a nice defensive play. And here comes the Spuds now. Grammer intercepts the pass, gets it to Triggs. Triggs steps across the line, fires a puck, but we've got a whistle here as Jack Smith and Luke Grammer were tied up. And they're going to give a roughing call to Luke Grammer as he and Smith were tangled up, and he may have given an extra shot to Jack Smith as they tumbled to the ice, and the ref's going to call him for it. And we'll see if the Crusaders can cash in on another power play opportunity here. With 5:09 remaining, this could be what they needed to get within one. And they'll come out with their top unit of Warner, Motzko, Perbix, Cumming, and Bogenholm on the point. Johnson in, Moylan in, Gregoire and Jess to kill this penalty for the Spuds. Puck is one up to Bogenholm, across to Cumming. Cumming steps in, and he tries a shot pass to Warner out front on a nice play where Warner's able to redirect it. Hodges makes the save. A scramble ensues, a rebound attempt, and Hodges gobbles it up for another whistle. Face-off coming to his right. 9 seconds ticked off of that, and the Crusaders were able to generate one or two high-quality shots on goal in 9 seconds of power play time. They win the draw again. Warner, Perbix, Cumming slides across, and this puck, a quick shot from Cumming, sneaks through the arm of Hodges, lays in the crease behind him, where I believe it's Nate Warner sneaks in and taps in the puck into the empty net that laid behind Hodges as Hudson was there for the initial shot, and it must have snuck through his arm as he thought he had it under control, but it laid in behind him, and Nate Warner was able to sneak in there and poke it home. And just like that, the Crusaders on the power play have gotten this game on the Ryan Frisch Realty scoreboard to within one. 4:55 remaining. Spuds 4, Crusaders 3. Buckle up. Nate Warner wins the draw, back to Zinn. Zinn snaps it in deep, bounces on Hodges. Luke Grammer there to get the puck and plays it up to Waldo to Fear. But Hiltner rides Fear hard off the play. Gets a pass over to Warner and just misses the one-timer. And here comes Grammer now circling in behind. Pulls up, looking to control the puck for the Spuds. Here comes Grammer up the ice. Slides it up to Holm. Holm on the wing, crosses the red line. Comes and gets it in behind Zins, and Holm's going to be the first to the puck. He peels away, and here comes Kai Holm. Up to Grammer. Snaps it back door to Overbo. And Overbo on the backhand one-times it. Past Martin, and the Spuds answer that quickly. 35 seconds later, after the Crusaders get within one, it's a play from Holm up to Grammer to Overbo. And Mike Overbo with his second of the game gives the Spuds a 2-goal lead. Can everybody hear me screaming? A big goal for the Spuds, and Johnson's able to win the draw. Back to Gunkel, who gets it to Moylan, who slides it to Jess, and Jess regroups. Back to Gunkel, over to Moylan, and up the wing to Triggs. Triggs slaps it across the ice to Jess. Jess enters the zone, ridden off hard by John Bell. John Bell, where Cumming gets it behind the net, gets it to Motzko. Motzko flips it high for a streaking Smith, but Moylanen's there, and he steps up and snaps it back in deep behind Martin for the Spuds. Triggs in pursuit of Cumming. Cumming spins away, but Triggs disrupts that play in the forecheck, and Jack Smith comes out. Colin Jess lays a check on him, but here comes Cumming up the center. Slides it across to John Bell. John Bell across to Motzko. Motzko rips it high over the net. The puck is bouncing, but it's cleared to the far side by Cumming or Pergix. Now down to the corner for Jack Smith. Spuds in pursuit. Jack Smith goes down. Lows into the quarter. Here comes Moylanen. Moylanen finds Jess on the wing. A nice pickup by Colin Jess to get that puck. Gets the red line, chips it in deep. Bogenholm and Cumming, but Triggs is the first to the puck, and he spins up. He's cross-checked down by Bell. Bell wins the puck and slaps it in behind for Cumming, who sets up behind Martin, surveys the ice, looking for a long stretch pass. Tries to get Motzko on the wing, but Mac Motzko looks like he's on the end of a shift and is unable to get to that puck, and it goes the length of the ice for an icing. And the play will come deep into the Crusader end, again to the right of Martin. Spuds holding a 5-3 lead with 3:01 remaining. Dronin on the draw, loses it, and out come the Crusaders. Hiltner gets some speed, gets around Gregoire, ridden off nicely, and Warner's there trying to slap a puck to the net, but Grant Frisch, heavy in pursuit of Warner with a nice defensive stick there, gets a stick on the puck and deflects that shot high into the netting, where we'll have a face-off coming to Hodges' right. Overbo in against Warner. It's a 50-50, but the Spud winger Lucas Fear in to help out to win that puck. They gets it up top, and it's thrown to the net by Bogenholm, where it's cleared by Gregoire. Then it bounces out to Zins, who keeps it in, and it flutters to the side where Fear has it. He sends a rink-wide pass to Holm, who's on the puck, and he's able to get the red line and throw it in deep. And a large hit by C.J. Zins on Kai Holm, and we got a fracas on the side. Zins and Kai Holm decide to go for a tussle on the sidewall, and they're both going to sit for 2 minutes to think about it. An aggressive play by C.J. Zins, who's had multiple heavy checks in this game tonight, finished Kai Holm hard. Kai took some exception to it. The two of them went for a toss in the neutral zone, and the ref decided to let them take a break. There'll be coincidentals here, and it will remain 5-on-5, I believe, as the Spud captain sorted out with the official. I think the Spud's bench took exception to the hit by Zins possibly being high on Kai Holm, but will remain 5-on-5 nonetheless. One back to Gunkel, over to Grammer, who flips it in deep, and Johnson's in pursuit. He's there, and he's ridden off hard. Jack Smith and Perbix on Carter Johnson. Well, we've got it broken out. There is a play happening down on the wall where Carter Johnson was pinned down by two Crusaders. He was held there for a while as play carried on. Caden Triggs came in defense of his teammate and laid a heavy hit on one of the Crusaders, I believe, and a fracas broke out. And all 5 players on the ice for both sides were involved. And we've got the referees sorting out what's happening here. It'll be interesting to see what comes of this. It's something you'd hate to see at this point of the season for either of these teams, highly ranked in A and AA hockey, heading towards their postseasons. Is any of them getting game misconduct match penalties, forcing them to sit out this game and beyond? We've got the officials sorting it out right now. We've got the captains in there waiting to hear what the rulings will be here. We've got what looks like Triggs in the box for the Spuds. It looks like Smith, Zins, and John Bell in the box for the Crusaders. .2:13 remaining here in the third period. Spuds holding a 5-3 lead over the Crusaders. At this point, it does not look like the officials are pulling any other players to the penalty box. They're sorting out. I'm sure they're cognizant of what's at stake for both of these teams and the players involved. Officials talking to the captains on both sides, explaining what they've ruled on. By the looks of it, it appears that the Spuds could potentially come away with a power play. Just judging on the sheer number of players in each penalty box for each team. The Crusaders have 2 additional players after that melee, the Spuds with 1. Looks like they've got it sorted out. They're talking to the scorer's table. Well, and what has been an exciting, fast-paced, high-skilled, at times rough high school hockey game with 2:13 remaining and a 2-goal lead for the Spuds. I guarantee the Crusaders will take the final 2:13 to do whatever they can to make a push to get back into this game. And now it appears as though Luke Grammer is headed to the penalty box. It looks as though the Crusaders may have another player added into the penalty box. Looks like Perbix is in the box. Perbix, Smith, Bell, and Zins are in the penalty box for the Crusaders. We've got Triggs, Grammer, and Holm in the penalty box for the Spuds. And it looks like Perbix is going to take the 5-minute major penalty on the play. The Spuds will have an Herberts and Gerberts power play for the remainder of this game, regardless of if they score. So as it's sorted out, Blake Perbix has the 5-minute major. The Spuds are on the power play. Quick shot by McCoy Gregoire. On net, rebound there. Triggs bangs at it. Lindbergh bangs at it. Nothing goes in the net. And the Crusaders, Bogenholm is coming hard, trying to turn this shorthanded situation into an opportunity for the Crusaders. But the Spuds win the puck up to Triggs. Triggs snaps it down low to Lindbergh. Lindbergh wins the puck. Again off Martin, another shot. And Bogenholm drives Lindbergh hard from behind into the end wall. And the Crusaders have lost all control of themselves here at the end of this game. They are not accustomed to being behind in hockey games this year, and it is showing right now as they've lost their control and their cool and are taking penalties galore at the end of this game, and it's coming from their leaders and top players. 1:46 remaining here. The Spuds will go to a 5-on-3 advantage. And they give a 5-minute major to Reed Bogenholm as well for that egregious check from behind, sending Gavin Lindbergh headlong into the end wall. Bogenholm will sit for the remainder of the game. The Spuds will have a 5-on-3 double major power play. Dronin, Triggs, and Overbo up front for the Spuds. Moylanen and Gregoire on the point. Cumming and Motzko and Warner out for the Crusaders. With 1:46 remaining, will try their best to create a shorthanded scoring opportunity, 5-on-3. And I guarantee they will come. And here comes Warner up the ice to Moylanen. You do not want to get casual at this point in the game if you're the Spuds. 5-on-3 power play. Here comes Gunkel up the ice. Swings it to Dronin in wide, who enters the zone. Dronin carries in, peels back, slides it to Gunkel. Spud should be happy to play a little keep away here. Slides it to Moylanen. Moylanen controlling, back to Gunkel. Gunkel controlling to Moylanen. Moylanen tries a shot and it's blocked there, and here comes Motzko. Motzko up the ice, in check with Moylanen. Comes across the line, sticked off nicely by Gunkel on the play. Comes to Warner, who tries a one-touch pass. Hodges plays it nicely past the streaking Motzko. And Gunkel controls, back to Moylanen. Under a minute remaining. Moylanen across the ice to Dronin, and Dronin enters the zone. Motzko sticking him off the play. Dronin to Overbo, back to Dronin, up to Grant Frisch. Grant Frisch at the point, slides it down to Triggs. Triggs steps in, tries a quick shot. Cumming is there to pick it off, and he clears it the length of the ice. On net to Hodges, who plays it off to the side for Frisch. Frisch grabs the puck, coming up the ice, slides it to Spicer. Spicer up the middle to Triggs. Triggs crosses the blue line, lays it back for Gregoire. Gregoire looking down to Triggs. Carson Triggs behind the net, gets it to Spicer. Spicer snaps a quick shot. That's deflected off to the far side where Triggs gets it, up to Frisch. Frisch to Gregoire. Gregoire steps in. A high shot, deflected up into the netting on a nice defensive play by a Crusader there. And there's 13.8 seconds remaining. That's going to be about enough to put a bow on this game for the Spuds. With 13.8 remaining and a two-man advantage, the Spuds are going to come into St. Cloud against the 18-1-1 number 1 ranked Class A team, the St. Cloud Cathedral Crusaders, and they're going to come away with a victory tonight, and a hard-earned, hard-fought victory. And Jackson score as the clock winds down, banging away at rebounds on Martin, trying to get a goal of his own late in the game, and the officials blow that whistle down as Martin had control of the puck, and with 4.2 seconds remaining, there'll be a face-off to Martin's right. Jonas Spicer stepping in with Jackson Score and Johnny Franklin. Spicer is tied up. They clear the puck to the wall, and that's going to be the final buzzer. On the Ryan Fish Realty scoreboard, the Spuds in a spirited, fast, skilled, aggressive, and towards the end, a hostile game, come away with a big 5-3 win in Minnesota high school hockey, taking down the St. Cloud Cathedral Crusaders 5-3.
That's right. And just send the message. No, Cathedral's lost all control here. Reed Bogenholm, like I really called that out. I don't think I crossed any lines there, and it's just Spuds TV. So we're Larry. I think they were just yelling at whatever they could yell at. We were trying to figure that out. Yeah. But it came out at the end. Moorhead 5, 31. Yeah. St. Cloud Cathedral 12. St. Cloud Cathedral, thanks all of you for your attendance this evening. You have to stay safe here. Please drive carefully. You got a comment down here.
see, and I said that they're not used to losing. You know, the main team won and won. They're showing that they're not